Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. I am Neha Rajvanshi and I welcome you all in today's class, that is English class of class 10th. So students, we have started with our new topic from our grammar syllabus, that is determiners, and in the previous two videos we have discussed some of the determiners, we have seen their uses, and we have also discussed so many examples and some of the practice exercises. And in today's video we will continue with our this topic determiners. We will see some more determiners in our today's video. We will see their uses, their examples, and at the end of the video again we will solve some of the sentences, we will solve some of the practice exercise. Okay, so now let's begin our today's video, that is based on determiners. Okay, so the next determiner that we are having here, this determiner is both. So it's a very common word, actually we all use this word both in our conversation. So let's see the uses of both. Let's see what this word both actually means. Both is used to talk about two people, right? It's very common thing that both it is used when we are talking about two people, when we are talking about two different things together and emphasize that each included. Okay, so this is the use of both. First of all, we have to clear this thing that both is used when we are talking about two people, when we are talking about two things together, and the more important thing is that we are emphasizing that each one is included. Okay, so when we use both, so that means that we are talking about two things and both the things are included in that manner. So let's see example to clear this thing. We are having the sentence here, hold this bag in both hands. So here we are having both and we are talking about this thing and we are emphasizing on this thing that to hold this bag with the help of your two hands, with the help of your both the hands, right? Next we are having another use of both. So let's see, when both is followed by a noun or pronoun referring to two people or things, it should come after the first auxiliary. So here we have to be very careful regarding the structure. So the thing that we are having here is that if we are using both, okay, and after both we are having a noun or pronoun, and with the help of that we are referring to two people or things, so at that time both this word should come after the first auxiliary. So what it means, so let's see the example to clear this thing. The sentence, or we can say the example that we are having here is, we have both worked in Jaipur for some time. So let's focus on the structure. Let's observe the structure very closely. So we are having both in this sentence, but the what is the important thing, it is after have. Okay, हमने both को कहाँ लिखा है, after have, that is our auxiliary verb. So this is the structure of the sentence. It means that when we are talking about it is followed by a noun or pronoun, so at that time we have to use both after the first auxiliary, and this is the reason we are writing both after have. And the sentence, the structure that we are having here is, we have both worked in Jaipur for some time. Next is, both should not be used in negative clauses, neither should be used instead. So next point we are having here, that both this word should not be used in a negative sentence. So if we are having a negative sentence, so at that time in the place of both we have to use a neither. Neither is a proper alternative of both in a negative sentence, right? So if we are having a negative sentence, so at that time we have to use a neither, we should not use both. So how? So let's see the example. We are having both of these rules are not appropriate, and we are having neither of these rules is appropriate. So we are having a negative sentence. Why? Because there is a not in the sentence. So according to the rule, if we are having a negative sentence, so at that time we should not use both in that sentence, in that meaning, in that sense. Neither it is a more appropriate option. So in the place of both we have to use neither if we are having a negative sentence, and this will be the structure, neither of these rules is appropriate. right? So I'm repeating one more thing, both. It is used to, to indicate, to refer two things, and yes, it is emphasizing on this thing that both the things, or we can say both the people are included. And again, one more important thing is that in a negative sentence, in the place of both, neither is a more appropriate option. In the place of both, we should use neither if we are having a negative sentence. Clear? Next determiner that we are having here is several. So let's see what it means, what is the meaning of several, what is the use of several. So let's see, for a number of people or things that is more than a few but not a lot. So yes, several actually it's a determiner, and it is used for a number of people. It can be used to refer number of things that is more than a few but that is not a lot. Okay, so we can say several is just like many. Okay, so when we want to show a number of things, a number of people, so at that time we can use several, and several means something that is more than a few but several is less than a lot. Okay, so when we try to indicate that things, at that time we can use several. And now we are having some of the examples. So let's see. First one is, we visited Jodhpur several times, right? It's a very simple structure when we are having this thing that we visited Jodhpur several times. So it means that, for a lot of time we cannot say less than a lot of. Okay, so we can say like many times. In the similar manner we can use several times. So we are having this thing that we visited Jodhpur several times. One more example we are having here is, there were several people in the funeral. So in this way we can use several. Several means something that is more than a few but that is less than a lot, and it is used to indicate, for people, it is used to indicate the things, right? नेक्स्ट डिटर्मिनर दैट वी आर हैविंग हियर इज मैनी ए. सो इससे पहले हम मच और मैनी का यूज देख चुके हैं, बट दिस इज अ डिफरेंट डिटर्मिनर. इन दिस डिटर्मिनर वी आर हैविंग मैनी एंड वी आर हैविंग अ. ओके, सो दिस इज अ मैनी एंड व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस, व्हाई मैनी ए इज डिफरेंट टू मैनी. सो लेट्स सी एंड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग. सो लेट्स सी, मैनी इज सिंगुलर नाउन प्लस सिंगुलर वर्ब means many one by one. So yes, if we are using many a, so after that we have to write singular noun and we have to write singular verb also, and at that time it means many but one by one. So let's see the example to clear this thing, to understand the use of many a. So we are having the first example, many a soldier has surrendered. So this sentence can be written using many, but what is the difference? If we are writing many a, so after many a we are having singular noun, we are not writing soldiers, we are writing soldier only, and we are having singular verb that is has, we are not having have here, but the meaning of the sentence is just like many. Okay, so meaning is same, many and many a, the meaning of both the words are exactly same, but the what is the difference? The difference is in the structure of the sentence when we are using many. So after many we have to write plural noun and plural verb, but if we are using many a, so after that we have to write singular noun and singular verb. So this is the difference that is there in the structure of the sentence, but the meaning of the sentence is exactly same, right? Many and many a, they are used in same manner. The difference lies only in the structure of the sentence. And yes, we are having one more example here to clear this thing. So let's see, we are having many a flower is born to blush unseen. So again here we are having many a, but after many a we are having singular noun, we are not having flowers, we are having flower only, and we are having singular verb also, we are not having are but we are having is. Okay, so this is the difference, and let me show some more example to clear this thing, to clear the difference between many and many a. So let's take some example. Let's write the same sentence using these two different words. Let's write the sentence first using many, and then we will write the same sentence using many a, so that you will observe the difference that is there in the structure of the sentence. So let's take the example. I am writing, many students many students are going to the trip. Okay. So we are having this sentence when we are writing this thing that many students are going to a trip. We are having many, and after many we are having plural noun, we are having student, and we are having plural verb also, we are having are, right? This is the structure. Now we are writing the same sentence using many a. So now observe the structure very carefully. Now we are having many a. So after many a we have to write singular noun. So we will write student. Okay, so we are having many a student, and after student we have to write singular verb also. So we won't use are, we will use is, and then the rest of the sentence will be same. Going to the trip, and at the end we have to write a full stop. So now let's observe the difference when we are using many a. So after that we have to write singular noun, we are writing student, and we are writing singular helping verb. Singular helping verb is. Okay, so here we are having are, here we are having is, here we are having student, that is a plural noun, and but in this sentence we are having student only, that is a singular noun. So this is the difference between many and many a. The meaning of the sentence is just exactly same. Okay, there is no difference in the meaning, but the only difference is there in the structure of the sentence. So let's observe the difference very carefully. When we are using many, after that we have to write plural noun and plural verb, but with many a we are writing singular noun and singular verb, right? So this is our determiner, that is known as many a. Next we are having our new pair, and in this pair we are having two determiners. They are either and neither. So again it's a very common determiners जिसको हम generally बहुत use करते हैं, either, neither, right? Either or, and we can say neither nor. Okay, so in this manner we use these determiners. Either or they are used in positive sentence, and neither nor they are used in negative sentence. So let's see. Take singular noun and singular verb. Either equals to this one or that, and neither means not one nor the other. So first thing that we have to be very careful, that either and neither, they both take singular noun and singular verb. So if we are using either or we can say we are using neither nor in our sentence, so at that time we have to write singular noun, we have to write singular verb, right? This is one thing. Second, what is the difference between either and neither? So either means this one or that one, so it is having a positive sense. We are having two options, and we can say that choose this one or that one. And if we are having neither, so this is having a negative meaning, and this means that ye option bhi nahi hai and that one is not also there. Okay, so yes, either or, neither nor, in both the sentences we are having two options, but when we are using either or, then it's having a positive sense, and we are having that choose either this one or that one. But if we are having neither nor, then it's a negative sentence, and at that time we are saying that we won't choose this one or that one. Clear? So one thing that is very important, that in such sentences we have to write singular noun, singular verb, and this is the difference between either and neither. Either or they are used in positive sentence, and neither nor they are used in negative structure, that means a negative sentence. Now let's see some of the example to clear the idea. We are having you can go by either road. So this is a positive structure, positive sentence we are having. In this sentence we are using either. So sentence means that you can go by either road. It means in front of us we are having two roads, we are having two options, and we are saying that you can go either road. So it means that by one road or the other. So you can take any road, you can choose any one one, right? You are having two options, two roads are there in front of you, so you can take any road, you can take either one of these two roads, right? Second example we are having on either side. So when we are writing either side, so it means that there are two sides, both sides of the road the trees grew, right? So we all know that one road or one street, so that is having two sides. So we can write this sentence in this manner, that on either sides of the road the trees grew. So here either side means both the sides. Next we are having he took neither side. So when we are using neither, so this thing is clear that it's a negative sentence, neither. So we are writing that he took neither side. So it means that neither this one nor that one. Again we are having another sentence, the road is blocked, you can take neither side. So because of this reason that the road is completely blocked, so now you can take neither side because वो side भी block है, second one भी block है, because the road is completely blocked. Okay, so there is no option that is left for you, you can go neither side. Okay, next pair of determiner that we are having here, next two determiners. So now we are having no and none. So let's see the uses. No is used in the sense of not one, or we can say not any. So let's see the examples. There is no butter left in the fridge. Okay, so one thing that is very much clear, very much obvious here, that these words are used in negative sentence and they means that that sentence is having a negative meaning. So we can write that there is no butter left in the fridge. We are having no here in this sentence. Second sentence is no words can express my grief. So it's a very simple, very easy structure when we are using no, and the use of no, it makes the sentence a negative one. Next we are having more examples. So let's see. No student is to leave the room. We are giving one kind of instruction, we can say here. Another one is I have no time at all to write to you. Next is no dogs in the restaurant. Again it's an instruction. Next one is no music is allowed after 11. So in this manner we can use no in our sentences, and at that time we are having a negative structure, we are having a negative kind of the sentence. Next we are talking about none. So let's see. None plus of, it is used for three or more. So when we are having none, so at that time we are talking about a group. In that group we are having three or more items. So what it means, so let's see some of the example. We are having that none of my friends came to help me. So when we are using none of, so none of means we are talking about at least three or more than three. So I was having more than three friends, and now I am saying that none of my friends came to help me. Second one is none of them would be liked. So again in that group when we are talking about them, so in that group there are more than three people, at least three people are there, three or more than three. So now we are saying that none of them would be liked. Similarly if we are saying that none came, again we are talking about at least three or more than three people. Okay, so when we are using none plus of in a sentence, so that means that in that group there are at least three people, or we can say more than three people. Next we are having that for to neither is used. So we have discussed this determiner earlier, neither. So this is the difference between neither and none. If we are having only two options, at that time we have to use neither. But if we are having at least three or more than three, then we have to use none. How? Let's see the examples. Neither of Akshu's brothers wanted to send him abroad for study. So if we are using neither here and we are writing that neither of Akshu's brothers, so here one thing is clear that Akshu is having two brothers. Okay, because we are having neither here in the beginning of the sentence. So if we are having none, so that means three or more than three, and if we are having neither, so that means we are talking about only two, we are having only two options. So if we are having neither in the sentence, in the beginning of the sentence, it means that we are talking about only two options are here. So in this sentence neither you means that Akshu is having only two brothers, and we are saying that neither of Akshu's brothers wanted to send him abroad for study, and it is clear with the use of neither that Akshu is having two brothers. Clear? Now next determiners that we are having all and whole. So let's see the difference. All is used before uncountable singular noun or countable plural noun. So students, these things are actually very much important. You have to be very careful regarding these things, that which determiner is used for countable, which is used for uncountable, and some determiners we are having that are used for both countable and uncountable, but at the time again we are having some rules that singular or plural. So these are the uses, and yes, you have to learn all these different uses of all the determiners. So here we are talking about all. So this determiner, that is all, it is used before uncountable singular noun or countable plural noun. So what it means? It means that if we are having uncountable noun, so that should be singular. If we are having countable noun, so that should be plural, and before these conditions we can use our determiner, that is all. Okay, so let's see some of the example to clear this thing. We are having all food has been prepared for the guests. So now we are having food. So we all know that food is uncountable and food is a singular noun also. So we are using all here, and we are writing that all food has been prepared for the guests. Clear? More examples we are having. All my students are absent from the class today. So observe the structure very carefully. We are having students. So students, we all know it's a countable noun, okay, and we are having the plural form, we are having students. So this is the thing that we have discussed earlier, that all it is used for uncountable singular noun and countable plural noun. So here we are having countable noun, that is in plural form, and we are using all here as a determiner. So our sentence is that all my students are absent from the class today. One more example is all my family members have gone on a trip. So here also we are having my family members, that is family members, we are having a countable noun, and yes, we are having a plural form, okay. So in this manner we can use all as determiner, and the sentence will be that all my family members have gone on a trip. So this is the general use of this determiner, that is all. It is used for uncountable singular noun and countable plural noun. Clear? Next point that we are having is, if all is used before plural noun, verb is also plural. So again we have to be very careful regarding the structure. If we are having plural noun, so obviously the verb, it will be also in the plural form. So let's see the example. We are having here, all the trees of this garden have green leaves. So here we are having plural noun, we are having trees, and this is the reason we are having the plural form of the verb, we are having have, okay. So this is the structure, that if we are having plural noun, then obviously we have to use the plural form of the verb with that plural noun. Next point is all plus of. It comes before article, possessives, or we can say demonstratives. How? So let's see the example. We are having all of my relatives are successful. So here we are having all of. Why? Because we are having my relatives, we are having possessive pronoun here, okay. So we are having all of my relatives are successful. We are talking about my, and this is the reason we are having all of, okay. So if we are having article, possessive, or demonstrative, so at that time we have to use all plus of. Next is, if we refer to a type of person or thing, all is used directly before an uncountable or plural noun. So let's see what it means. We are having all reptiles have scaly skin. So here in this sentence we are talking about all the creatures that are into this category, reptiles, okay. So this is the reason when we are referring to a type of person or thing, so here we are referring to all reptiles, right, and this is the reason all all is used directly before an uncountable or plural noun, and this is the reason we are using all directly, okay, before reptile. So when we are talking about a type of person, or we can say a type of thing, so at that time we can use all in this manner, and then this will be the structure. All will be used directly before that uncountable, or we can say plural noun. Next is, if we mean to say that something happened continuously, so at that time use all directly before day, week or year. So let's see, if we are saying this thing that it rained all day, so here we are trying to say that it was raining continuously. So if we are trying to say that something happened continuously, something was just going on for a long period of time, so at that time we can use all. How? Directly before day, week or year. So at that time our phrase will be all day, all week, or we can say all year. Like in this example we are having this thing that it rained all day, so it means we are trying to say this thing that throughout the day continuously it was raining. Next is, when all is used before noun or pronoun referring to a group, it should come after the first auxiliary. So again we are having one more structure here, and in this structure we are having this thing that when all, it is used before noun or pronoun that is referring to a group. So at that time it should come after the first auxiliary. Like in this example we are having that we are all doctors of a neurology. So here we are talking about this thing that we are the doctors who belong to the same group. So this is the reason that we are using all here, that is after the first auxiliary. R is our first auxiliary, and after that we are using all, and the structure is we all are doctors of a neurology. Next we are talking about whole. So let's see, whole is used before uncountable or singular countable noun. So this is the use of whole. It is also used before uncountable or we can say singular countable noun. So let's see the example. I am having one example here, that is I ate the whole bread. So if we are having blank here before bread, so at that time we have to write whole because this is the structure. So we can having this structure the plus whole, but if blank was here before the, then we have to write all. How? So let's see, I am writing both the examples here. The first one is that is here I ate the whole bread, right? This is the first example, or we can say the first structure. And if we have to use all, at that time what should be the structure? At that time we have to write I ate all the bread. So now let's focus on the structure. This is the structure that we are having. I ate the whole bread. Whole is used after the, and we are having I ate all the bread. So here all is used before the, right? So the plus whole, but if we are using determiner before the, so then we have to use all, right? So this is the difference in the structure that is there between all and whole. Clear? Next we are having that possessive plus adjective plus whole plus noun. Again this is the structure. Like we are having my whole life is devoted to study. So my is a possessive word, and then we are saying that my whole life is devoted to study. So in this manner, in this structure, we can use this determiner, that is whole. And now we are having the difference that is there between all and whole. So try to understand. All refers to total quantity of many things, but whole refers to the totality of one thing. So if it means when we are using all, so at that time we are talking about the total quantity of many things, but if we are using whole, so at that time we are referring to totality of one thing only. So this is the basic difference between all and whole, and in this manner we have to use these two determiners that we are having here as all and whole. Next, we are having one more pair. Now we are having another and other. So let's try to understand. Another consists of and plus other, and it is having the meaning of one more, or we can say extra. How? Another is used with singular noun. So this is something very important. When we are using another, so it is always used with singular noun. Let's see the example. Would you like another cup of tea? So here we are having singular noun. We are having another cup. We are not saying that another cups, okay? So after another we have to write singular noun. Other is used before singular uncountable nouns and plural countable nouns. But if we are using other, so it can be used in two manner. It can be used before singular singular uncountable nouns, or it can be used before plural countable nouns. How? Let's see the examples. Do you have other novels of Thomas Hardy apart from The Mayor of Casterbridge? So here we are using other before novels, that is a countable but plural noun, okay? So in this manner we can use other. It can be used before singular uncountable noun, or we can say plural countable nouns. If we have to use other before singular countable nouns, we must use another determiner before it. But if we are using other, okay, when before singular countable noun, so at that time we have to use another determiner also. Let's see, this girl is honest, the other girl is a scoundrel. So when we are using this determiner other before singular countable noun, because here we are having girl, so then we have to use another determiner. So this is the reason we are using the also here with other. Okay, so these are something very particular structure, and all this structure you have to learn actually, because you have to be very careful regarding all these minute details, because determiners, yes, they are used according to noun, according to this thing, they are singular, plural, they are countable, uncountable, okay, and according to that you have to make the structure, and structure is very much important when you are using determiner. So yes, learn all this structure very carefully, observe the pattern of the structure in a very careful and proper manner. One more important thing, other as a determiner doesn't have plural form, and if we are having others, then others is a kind of pronoun. It is not in the category of determiners. Other is a determiner, but others, it is a kind of pronoun. Next we are having another determiner here, that is most. So let's see, most, nearly all, or we can say the majority of. Like we are having the example, like most people, I always yearn for a vacation every year. So here we are talking about the majority of people, and we are saying most of the people. Another example we are having, most students were absent. Another example में हम यही बात कर रहे हैं कि majority of the student जो था that they were absent. Okay, so most means majority of, or we can say nearly all. Okay. Now we are having four determiners. We are having this or that, these and those. So ये बहुत ही बेसिक डिटर्मिनर्स है जो कि हम स्टार्टिंग से यूज़ करते आए हैं, हम सबको बहुत ईजिली पता है कैसे ये यूज़ होते हैं. सो यस, दीज फोर वर्ड्स दे आर ऑल्सो पार्ट ऑफ आर डिटर्मिनर्स टॉपिक. सो लेट्स सी, this and these, they imply nearness, and that and those, they imply distance. So first thing that we have to understand that this, it is used for singular, these, it is used for plural nouns, but if we are talking about the nouns, they are near us. Okay, similarly that, it is used for singular, and those, it is used for plural. But when we are talking about something that is at a distance, okay, so this and that for singular nouns, these and those for plural noun, this and these for the nouns that are very near, that and those for the nouns that are very far away, right? This is the basic difference. these days and those days, they indicate present and past respectively. So if in a sentence we are having these days, so these days it we can say refers, it reflect, it indicate present time. And if we are having those days, so these words they reflect past time. That in the singular and those in the plural are also used to avoid repetition of a noun. So yes, in a sentence we can use that in a singular form and those in a plural form when we want to avoid the repetition of a noun again and again. Let's see the example. The book you are reading is better than that book on the table. So here we are having that. So one thing is clear, that is used before singular noun. Okay. And the another thing is now you know that noun is very far away. So here we are having this thing, that the book you are reading right now, that is better than that book that is there on the table. Okay. Second is the students here are cleverer than those students over there. So those means we are having plural noun, and second those means we are talking about the students that are very far away. So we are saying that the students, those are here, okay, they are cleverer than those students who are over there, who are very far away. So in this manner we have to use this, that, these and those. So now let's discuss these sentences that we are having here. We have to read the sentence and then we have to write the proper determiners. So yes, in this video we have discussed so many determiners. Now I am sure that the uses of all these determiners are very much clear to you all. So keeping you know all these determiners in your mind, then you have to write the appropriate determiner here in the blank. Okay. So now let's start our practice exercise with the first sentence, in which we are having blank. Then we are having restaurants are very good, full stop. One more sentence is here, blank is expensive. So here students, you have to be very careful regarding all the details. You have to observe this thing, that we are having plural form here, we are having restaurants, and in the second sentence we are having singular verb, we are having is, right? So keeping all these minute details, or we can say observing all these details, then only you will be able to write the proper answer. So here first of all we will write both restaurants are very good is expensive. So when we are saying that both restaurants are good, it means they are having all the good qualities, and this is also a good quality, that neither is expensive. So we are having both means two restaurants, and we are saying that both restaurants are good, and then we are saying that neither is expensive. Clear? Next is, I asked two people the way to the station. So again we are having two people, but helped me. Okay. So yes, in this sentence I am saying this thing, that I asked two people, right? Why? Because I want to ask the way to the station, but neither helped me. Clear? Next is, he sings nor dances. So in this sentence we are having nor, we are having two options, to sing and to dance. So yes, in this blank we have to write neither. And the sentence will be, he neither sings nor dances. Next is, you do what I say or I will complain to the boss. So in this sentence we are having or, and again we are having two options here. First option is just do what I say. Second option is I will complain to the boss, and we are having or. So yes, here our answer will be either. And the sentence will be, either you do what I say or I will complain to the boss. Next is, living things need air to breathe. So it's a very general thing, and we are having things, we are having plural noun here. So yes, here our answer will be all, and the sentence will be, all living things need air to breathe. Yes. Next is, what day is today? 12th or the 30th? It is 40th. So let's try to observe the sentence. Here first of all, one person is asking to another one. He is asking that what day is today, and then he is giving two options. He is asking that it is 12th or it is 30th. Now the second person is replying. He is saying it is 40th. What it means? It means that he is choosing none of these two options. He is choosing neither 12th nor 30th, and he is giving another option, another answer. So it means here we have to write neither. Now observe this sentence one more time. One person is asking that what day is today, and then he is giving two options. He is asking that it is 12th or it is 30th. Then the another person is replying, and he is saying that neither. It is neither 12th nor 30th, but it is 40th. Okay. Next is, we tried a lot of hotels, but of them had any room. So here we are having a lot of, okay, and this is the reason our answer will be none, because none is used when we are talking about three or more. Okay, so we are having a lot of, it means many hotels, so our answer will be none, and the sentence will be, we tried a lot of hotels, but none of them had any rooms. Next is, I took two books with me on holiday, but I did not read. So here we are having two books. We are having two options, and we are saying that I took two books with me on holiday, but I did not read. So here we are already having not. We already are having negative structure. So here our answer will be either of them, but I did not read either of them. Why? Because we are having not already in the sentence, so यहाँ पे हम neither नहीं लिख सकते. Here we have to write either. And suppose यहाँ पे not नहीं होता, suppose sentence है but I read, then we have to write neither. Okay. Next is, the hat was too large, too small. It was the right size. So here observe this sentence. First of all, we are saying that the hat was the right size. So it was right size. It means that it was neither too large नॉर टू स्मॉल. ओके, सो अगर वो राइट साइज की है, इट मीन्स वो ना तो ज़्यादा बड़ी है ना ही ज़्यादा छोटी है, तभी तो वो बिल्कुल एग्जैक्ट साइज की होगी, तभी तो वो बिल्कुल राइट साइज की होगी. ओके, सो यस, यू हैव टू ऑब्जर्व द सेंटेंस वेरी केयरफुली, देन ओनली यू विल बी एबल टू राइट द प्रॉपर, द एप्रोप्रिएट डिटर्मिनर्स. Next is, I like of my grammar teachers. I have two nice teachers. So here we are talking about two teachers, right? So I am writing this thing that I like both. We are talking about two teachers, and this is the reason we will write here both as an answer. I like both of my grammar teachers. I have two nice teachers. Next is, of us went to the party, we were sick. So here we are saying that we were sick, and we don't know how many people are here in this group we. So here our answer will be none. And the sentence will be, none of us went to the party. Why? Because we were sick, right? Next is, I couldn't choose between them. Why? Because I liked them both. Next is, I want chocolate and cake. So here look carefully, we are having and. So here I am writing both. And the sentence will be, I want both chocolate and cake. Okay, so here we are choosing both the option, and we are saying that I want both the things. I want chocolate also, and I want cake also. Okay, next is, I want chocolate or cake. So yes, observe very carefully. Here we are having or. It means here we have to choose one option. So when we have to choose one option and we are having or, so here our answer will be either. So observe the difference between these two sentences very carefully. In this sentence we are having and. It means that we are choosing both the options. We want both the options. But if we are having or, it means that we have to choose one. Okay, दो options तो हैं, but we have to choose only one option from the given two options. So here with and we are writing both. Here with or we are writing either. Next is look at birds up there in the tree. So we are having birds, that is plural, and we are saying there in the trees, it means we are talking about the birds that are very far away. So yes, here our answer will be those. Why those? Because first of all plural, so plural के लिए दो ही ऑप्शन है, these या those. These for the near one, those for the far one. So here we are talking about there, you know, in the tree. So वो bird जो कि बहुत दूर tree पे है, so this is the reason we are writing those. Next is, are your books near there on the table? Again we are having books, that is plural, and we are using there. So again our answer will be those. Are those your books near there on the table? Next is, those apples are red, but apples over here are green. Apples plural, so we are having two options, these and those, and we are having here. So yes, our answer will be these, because we are talking about the apples that are here, that are near to us. So here the sentence will be, those apples are red that are far away, but the apples that are near, that are here, so these apples are very green. Next is, please come here and look at this picture. Why this? Because we are having singular. So for singular we are having two words, this and that, and we are talking about here. Here means near, and this is the reason we are choosing this. Next is, who was man you talked to yesterday? So first of all, man, that is singular. So for singular we are having two options, this and that, but here we are talking about the past time. So in past time we have to use that, and the sentence will be, who was that man you talked to yesterday? Next is, can you see fishing boats on the lake? Fishing boats plural, so yes, for plural we are having two words, these and those, and here we are talking about boat, boats on the lake, so we can write here those. And we can make the sentence in this manner, that can you see those fishing boats on the lake? Okay, so in this manner you have to use appropriate determiner. So we have discussed so many determiners in today's video. So students, work very hard, read all the determiners very carefully, learn their uses and see all the examples that we have discussed. Okay, and in the next video we will continue with some more determiners. Okay, so just be with me and see you in the next video. Thank you.